you're breathing heavy.
Building was designed by a moron, Harold. The elevator only goes to the 19th floor.
You get on the wrong elevator. Some of them only go to the 19th floor. The others go from 20 on up.
Well, I still say there's a moron involved somewhere in this situation.
I won't argue with you on that.
Pardon me, Harold?
Would you like some water for that? You have distilled, sparkling, reverse osmosis.
I prefer faucet. Reverse faucet, if you have it.
Perfect.
All right. Just gonna use the phone here. Hello? Hello? Kind of piece of crap.
What are you doing, Uncle Ed?
Well, I'm trying to use the phone, Harold. It was invented 130 years ago. I thought they'd have it working by now.
Well, line 6 is the direct line to our New York office.
Oh.
Yeah, 7 and 8 is our toll-free number. 11 and 12 is our ISDN number for data transferring. If you want an outside line, that's 1 through 5. You have to dial 9 to get out.
Do you hear yourself, Harold? I just want to make a phone call. You're reciting 4 pages out of the Space Shuttle Service Manual. What's going on, Harold? Is it me?
Well, you know, you're in the big city now, Uncle Red. You know, you have to embrace technology. You don't do that very much.
I embrace Aunt Bernice. That beats reverse osmosis, I'll tell you.
Trust you on that one. But, you know, here where I work, we have to embrace technology, because if we don't, technology will pass us by.
Yeah, but what about life, Harold, huh? What about life passing you by, eh? What about the thrill of making something with your own hands, Harold, eh? Where does that fit in your world? Remember that fishing boat I made? Using out of the heating ducts and the recliner there, remember that? How would your downtown buddies pull that one off, huh?
They'd buy a boat.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You know, other than about a week in October, I basically did nothing last year, and I was fine with that. But even though I was doing nothing, my mind was still thinking about stuff. Stuff that I hadn't done and should have. Stuff that I had done and shouldn't have. But mainly it was coming up with a lot more evidence that, as far as I'm concerned, proves that I'm right and almost everybody else is wrong. And that was fine too, but where I made my mistake was that I shared all that with my friends and especially my wife. And before you knew it, they were suggesting that I gather up all those opinions and stories and take them on the road where they belong. I even went to see my doctor to make sure I was healthy enough to tour again, and he gave me the go-ahead. He said I probably wouldn't get sick on the road, but even if I did, he'd prefer I was thousands of miles away when it happened. So I put together a brand new show, and I'm calling it I'm Not Old, I'm Ripe. And we're going to be doing about 25 cities, starting in St. Pete, Florida on March the 30th, and we're going to end up in the middle of May somewhere out west. It's basically a lodge meeting, and if you want to find out where I'm going to be and when I'm going to be there, go to redgreen.com, click on the city that's nearest to you. I'm hoping you can all make it, or I'm hoping a few of you can make it. I think it's going to be my best show yet, and if you saw the first 2, you know that's certainly doable. So looking forward to a successful tour. Otherwise, my friends and my wife are going to look like idiots. Until then, I'm hoping to see you at the lodge meeting. And meanwhile, keep your stick on the ice.